Hey guys, what's going on? Joel Tavares here. You're watching DualShockers TV on DualShockers.com. I'm here with Jean-Maxime Moris, one of the co-founders of Dontnod Entertainment. Sorry about that. We just checked out Life is Strange, right? So this is the first time that anyone's gotten a chance to really check out the game in motion. How good does it feel to finally show this off?
Well, it always feels very good to show your new project and see how people react to it. So it's great, and we're here in New York City with beautiful view right behind you, which you can't see, but it's beautiful. And we're thrilled. This first presentation of the day. We have many to come, and we're extremely happy.
So speaking of beautiful scenery, this game is gorgeous. Now, one of the things you mentioned during our demo that every texture in the title is hand painted. Maybe you want to just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean it's obviously we didn't hand paint our computer screens, but it's a style that we went for. It's what our art director really wanted to go for from the get-go. It's this very much more, we're using very large brush strokes, and it's some kind of impressionistic style. So it's here to basically let yourself imagine a lot of it's a very dreamy atmosphere, and we didn't want it to be too realistic, because then nothing's left to your imagination. So those large brush strokes and that kind of feel, that hand painting feel, really lets you paint your own emotions onto what's going on, and we think that's great.
And it's great that you use the word atmosphere, because you even mentioned the music is going to play a role into how you're kind of unfolding this narrative, so to speak, that you're going through. The game is evolving those three characters. You have Max, you've got Chloe, and now you have the missing girl, Rachel. And it's kind of like a mysterious events going on in this Pleasantville town, but even music plays into that, right? Now, how does that tie into the storytelling?
It's funny, because we just yesterday we went to watch Gone Girl, the new. So everything you said, we're like, wow, it resonates. Yeah, it's and the music in that movie is wonderful too. I mean, music to me and sound in general is really 50% of the experience, and I would even go so far as to say more than that. You close your eyes and you can really still feel what's going on the screen. It is 50% of the atmosphere of the game. We went for modern indie folk influences. So it's all part of that nostalgic Pacific Northwest autumnal mood that we're trying to create. And it's going to be a mix of licensed tracks and originally composed music for the game. And I think it comes across when you play the game. It's really it's a huge part of what we're trying to convey.
Right, and it's funny because I like that again you're tying that music into that, and in a way it's kind of like you can, even though player choice is up to the player as they're playing it, you still set the scene for them, right? You're kind of like setting the table, and now let things unfold for them. You want to go into that?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it's and so in the demo that you saw, Max starts the music, and then what should only be heard in Chloe's room, she is actually carrying around with her around the whole scenery. So just as you said, it's really something that is going to set the mood for further thoughts, further choices, further exploration, and it's not just one thing that happens in one place. All those, again, licensed tracks, they're going to be used as background music as well. So yeah, we really set the mood for many different things with just one track.
Now, one of the cool things that you mentioned was the team now at the studio. You said it's about a 40-person team. So one of the things that you threw around when you started talking about the game was a AAA indie title, right? So I guess if you want to elaborate a little more, because you did touch on that. Yeah,
sure. I mean, it's something that we came quite early in development with, that notion of AAA indie. We're indie, I believe, because, well, some of the themes in the game, like those everyday life choices, that coming of age tale, what is it to become an adult, standing by your choices, going, as two teenagers kind of against the adult world, and at the same time trying to be part of it. That's pretty indie to me, not your typical AAA themes. Then there's obviously the mood of the game, that very kind of Sundance, Tribeca mood that there is to the game. So I really think it feels in the end. Obviously, we're influenced by some. We love indie games in general. And at the same time, as you said, there's 40 people working on the game. We're part of a big family now. That is the Square Enix family. We have a big publisher behind us. So we're kind of sitting. This is maybe the best of both worlds. We have we've been lucky enough to be able to stand by our choices and make no compromise about what it is that we really wanted to do. And at the same time, well, I'm lucky to be here today,
of a bigger publisher,
talking to you. Very easy, I don't have to take care of it. It's being taken care of, and it's great,
Right. Now, one of the things, and I found this very significant, especially I guess with everything going on in gaming and about gender equality, which is a very important thing. It's not that you're shying away from it. It's that you said that this is the kind of character, this is the character that fits the story. So if you want to just go into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's a lot of debate going on in the press about gender equality.
We don't do that stuff. We just give news.
Well, in general, it's a great debate to have. It's just that we're not here to try to fix the industry or to or using this to be different just for the sake of being different. I mean, having those female lead characters. I just think, gender equality is a big issue, but it's much bigger, than gaming or entertainment. It's a political issue. It's a social issue. We're just game creators, and I'm proud to say that we make choices that we then stand by. We want to make a story or a game that has a female lead character, then that's what we're going to do. But maybe our next game will have a male lead character because that's what we'll want to do at that point. It's not as I usually say, it's not a militant act, or if it is, it's a subconscious one. It's this is just a game that we want to do.
Nice. Now, one of the things too is also there's a cool game mechanic in place here where, because not only are you building a game based on choices, but now we can retry the choices instead of again, not to take away from the game's replayability, but you know what? Right in the moment, I want to do something different. Let's do it different right now.
Yeah. So this is a power that Max discovers she has right at the beginning of the game, and it's a power that we use obviously to build puzzles, but we also give the player the opportunity to rewind at any time and try different things. But then you might think, well, if I can try every outcome, then where's the choice? I'm not going to be standing by that choice, and that's where we're going to introduce the concept of short-term, long-term, mid-term consequences. So something that you do might look good in the short term might actually turn for the worse in the butterfly effect manner, kind of later on during the game. So it's a mechanic that we're using, and actually quite literally. If you've seen the movie, the butterfly effect, I can't go into too much detail as to what kind of tropes or script directions that we're going to take, but there are similarities with that movie, as in I'm trying to use that rewind to control everything. Actually, I might realize that I'm not controlling anything, and we're going to use that.
That's what life is, right?
It's strange.
Okay, and with that note, I think that segues perfectly into how to describe this game. So, guys, Life is Strange. I'm here with J-Max checking it out. We're looking for this one in 2015.
Early 2015,
yes. 2015, PS4, Xbox One, I'm guessing PC as well.
360, PC, Xbox One, PS4, PS3, everything.
Everything. So get excited. Life is Strange, and indeed it is. So thank
you very much for your time.
DualShockers TV, and we're out.